Hello, BookTube. It's Joshua here, and I haven't posted in a while. I think it's been almost 3 weeks. I've been intending to post a Framed in September video, but it's no longer September, so sorry about that. But I just figured I would not try not to neglect my channel and at least post a poetry reading on Thursday. And of course it's October now, so I'm going to read you one poem by a Victorian writer. The book I have here is The Pre-Raphaelites and Their Circle, and the very first writer featured in here is Dante Gabriel Rossetti. And I'm going to read you, I think, his most famous poem, the Blessed Damozel. So here it is. I hope you enjoy. The Blessed Damozel leaned out from the gold bar of heaven. Her eyes were deeper than the depth of waters stilled at even. She had 3 lilies in her hand, and the stars in her hair were 7. Her robe, ungirt from clasp to hem, no wrought flowers did adorn, but a white rose of Mary's gift for service meetly worn. Her hair that lay along her back was yellow like ripe corn. Her seemed she scarce had been a day one of God's choristers. The wonder was not yet quite gone from that still look of hers, albeit to them she left, her day had counted as 10 years. To one, it is 10 years of years. Yet now, and in this place, surely she leaned o'er me, her hair fell all about my face. Nothing, the autumn fall of leaves, the whole year sets apace. It was the rampart of God's house that she was standing on, by God built over the sheer depth the which is space begun, so high that looking downward thence she scarce could see the sun. It lies in heaven, across the flood of ether as a bridge. Beneath, the tides of day and night with flame and darkness ridge the void, as low as where this earth spins like a fretful midge. Around her, lovers, newly met mid deathless love's acclaims, spoke evermore among themselves their heart-remembered names, and the souls mounting up to God went by her like thin flames. And still she bowed herself and stooped out of the circling charm, until her bosom must have made the bar she leaned on warm, and the lilies lay as if asleep along her bended arm. From the fixed place of heaven she saw time like a pulse shake fierce through all the worlds. Her gaze still strove within the gulf to pierce its path, and now she spoke as when the stars sang in their spheres. The sun was gone now. The curled moon was like a little feather fluttering far down the gulf, and now she spoke through the still weather. Her voice was like the voice the stars had when they sang together. How sweet, even now, in that bird's song, strove not her accents there, fain to be hearkened. When those bells possessed the midday air, strove not her steps to reach my side, down all the echoing stair? I wish that he were come to me, for he will come, she said. Have I not prayed in heaven? On earth, Lord, Lord, has he not prayed? Are not 2 prayers a perfect strength, and shall I feel afraid? When round his head the oriole clings, and he is clothed in white, I'll take his hand and go with him to the deep wells of light, as unto his stream we will step down, and bathe there in God's sight. We 2 will stand beside that shrine, occult, withheld, untrod, whose lamps are stirred continually with prayers sent up to God, and see our old prayers, granted, melt each like a little cloud. We 2 will lie in the shadow of that living mystic tree, within whose secret growth the dove is sometimes felt to be, while every leaf that his plumes touch saith his name audibly. And I myself will teach to him, I myself, lying so, the songs I sing here, which his voice shall pause in, hushed and slow, or find some knowledge at each pause, or some new thing to know. Alas, we two thou say'st, yea, one wast thou with me that once of old. But shall God lift to endless unity the soul whose likeness with thy soul was but its love for thee? We too, she said, will seek the groves where the Lady Mary is, with her 5 handmaidens, whose names are 5 sweet symphonies: Cecily, Gertrude, Magdalene, Margaret, and Rosalie's. Circle-wise sit they, with bound locks and foreheads garlanded, into the fine cloth white like flame weaving the golden thread, to fashion the birth robes for them who are just born, being dead. He shall fear, happily, and be dumb. Then will I lay my cheek to his, and tell about our love, not once abashed or weak, and the dear mother will approve my pride and let me speak. Herself shall bring us, hand in hand, to him round whom all souls kneel, the clear-ranged, unnumbered heads bowed with their aureoles, and angels meeting us shall sing to their citherns and citoles. There will I ask of Christ the Lord thus much for him and me, only to live as once on earth with love, only to be, as then a while, forever now together, I and he. She gazed and listened, and then said, less sad of speech than mild, All this is when he comes. She ceased. The light thrilled towards her, filled with angels in strong level flight. Her eyes prayed, and she smiled. I saw her smile. But soon the path was vague in distant spheres, and then she cast her arms along the golden barriers, and laid her face between her hands, and wept. I heard her tears. That was really good. Yeah, I that has to be one of my favorite Victorian poems. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I feel like that's a really also a perfect poem for autumn, because I think it is a very I think there's some descriptions of nature in there that evokes autumn leaves, and it's just very heartbreaking and moving. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I hope that I'll be able to make some other videos. I'll try to finish the Famed in September video, but if I don't do that, I'll at least try to make a reading update video at some point. So thank you for watching BookTube, and goodbye.